Welcome back to the new session. Today we are going to discuss the combination of resistors. You have seen many devices, many electrical devices in which we need sometimes more current and we need sometimes less current. So to increase the current or to decrease the current in the circuit as per its requirement, we need such type of arrangements, that is the series or parallel combination of resistors. Now, what is combination of resistors? When two or more resistors are joined together in such a way so that the current or voltage can be changed in the circuit, that is called as combination of resistors. And they are of two types, that is resistors in series and second is in parallel. Now come to resistors in series. When the resistors are said to be in series, two or more resistors are said to be in series if same amount of current flows through it. I am repeating, if same amount of current flows through it. Please keep in mind. Now, to understand this thing, how current remains same in the circuit, let us come to this circuit diagram, where we have taken three resistors R1, R2 and R3. They are connected in series, across which so many devices like three voltmeters. One voltmeter is connected across R1, another is connected across R2, and third one is connected across R3. Now one ammeter is connected in series across the circuit along with a key and a cell. When the circuit gets closed, you see, when the circuit gets closed, after closing this key, current starts flowing from positive to negative through this circuit to close the circuit. This element, that is ammeter, it will measure the amount of current flowing through it. These three elements, that is voltmeters, they are connected in parallel in the circuit, and depending upon the resistance offered by this conductor, this is R1, R2 and R3, these three are different. That's why the voltmeter, the voltage, the potential difference across these and these are different, which will be shown by these three voltmeters, that is V1, V2 and V3. So ultimately we are getting that these three voltmeters will show different potential differences across the three elements. So another thing you can take, suppose this is a pipe. The amount of water coming out of this pipe is equal to the amount of water coming in. That means the current across this will remain same and potential difference across this will be different. So the potential difference across these three resistors will be different. From Ohm's law, we know that R is equals to V by I, or you can change the equation, that is I is equals to V by R or V is equals to IR. If I apply this equation here, I will find what is the potential difference across R1. Now potential difference across R1 is V1, which will be indicated by this voltmeter, and is equal to IR1, because I is the current which is flowing through this circuit. Similarly, potential difference across R2 is V2, which is equals to IR2, and similarly across R3, this is V3 is equals to IR3. Now the topic comes, here is the potential difference applied across the circuit, which will be further equal to the drop across this, across this, across this. So if we add the three drops, potential drops across R1, R2 and R3, that is V1 plus V2 plus V3, I will get the applied potential, that is V. Again, I am, by putting all these values, this is IR, this is IR1, V1 is equals to IR1, this is IR2, IR3, and I can be taken common here and can be cancelled, and finally the equation comes as R equivalent R series, which is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. So in series combination of resistors, when two or more resistors may be connected in series, so the final expression to get the total resistance, the equivalent resistance or the net resistance of the circuit R is equals to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Now let us discuss when these resistors are connected in parallel, what happens. See, two or more resistors are said to be parallel if same amount of potential difference is there across each resistor. That means, now come to the circuit diagram. Here I have taken R1, R2, R3. These three resistors are connected in parallel. You see, when the circuit gets closed, the applied potential difference is V, and I amount of current starts flowing. At this junction, the current distributes into I1, I2 and I3 as per the requirement through R1. Suppose I1 amount of current is flowing, through R2 I2, and through R3 I3 amount of current is flowing. See, if current are different, what happens to the potential difference? This is connected to this, this is connected to this, this is connected to this. So ultimately potential difference across these three will remain same. If I connect a voltmeter here, it will show the voltage or the potential difference across these three elements, which will remain same. Practically we can connect by taking all these elements in the laboratory to verify this. Now let's come. So in parallel combination of resistors, potential difference across three resistors or across all remains same, whereas the current will be across each will be different. From Ohm's law we know that R is equals to V by I. Again I is equals to V by R. So as per our requirement, I will calculate I1, I2 and I3, which when we will sum all these three, we will get I. So current across R1 is equals to I1 is equals to V by R1. Current across R2, that is I2, which is equals to V by R2, and current across R3 is I3, which is equals to V by R3. As in this junction it is well understood, I amount of current is going and it splits up into I1, I2, I3. So I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. Now by putting all these values, V by R, that is I, V by R1, V by R2, V by R3, V can be taken common and can be cancelled out to get 1 by R is equals to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. So this 1 by R, or in this case this R is called as the equivalent resistance in case of parallel combination of resistors. So in general we can find out, we can see that when a number of resistors are given and if we connect them in series, we will get the maximum resistance because we are taking the right addition. In series R equals to R1 plus R2 plus R3, but when they are connected in parallel, the net resistance will decrease as 1 by R is equals to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. After that, let us discuss some numericals which is based on this series and parallel. Now come to the diagram 1. Here you are observing there are three resistors R1, R2 and R3. Then how can we solve? In almost all the diagrams you will find some are in series, some are in parallel. Now in diagram 1 I am solving. Please see, if I press this vertex of this, then this diagram may be drawn like this. This is R1, this is R2. If I press this one, just below this another resistor, this is which one? R3 is there. Now you can find out. Now first of all you solve this. R1 and R2, they are in series. You can solve. They are combined together, that is R1 plus R2, by calculating all these things. Then again this is R3, they are in parallel, so Then also you can calculate. This is net resistance R1, 2, 3. Stepwise you can solve it. In diagram number 2, you have 6 resistors. They are connected in this circuit diagram. First of all, you can solve it by just hiding this. This is a closed network. You see, this is a closed network. If you hide this, you will find and hide all these things. And you can, if you stretch R6 like this, R4 like this, then these three are in series. Now these three are combined together to form a common resistor, that is R456, because they are in series combination. This is as usual, this is R1, R2 and this is R3, and again these three combined together because they are in series. So R4, 5, 6, which can be obtained by adding R4 plus R5 plus R6. Again see, these two are again in parallel. Again you can solve 1 by R, you can solve like this, 1 by R, 3, 4, 5, 6 is equals to 1 by this plus 1 by this. Thank you. Start now. See, these two are in parallel, so applying this parallel formula, these R3, 4, 5, 6, this is 1 by R3 plus 1 by R4, 5, 6. You can calculate, after calculating, you will get another diagram. This is R1, this is R2, and this is R3, 4, 5, 6. Again, how they are connected? If you stretch this, these three are in series, so the net resistance can be found out. This is the simplest one. First of all, you have to solve this. These and these are in parallel. R2 and R3 are connected in parallel. Then all the three are in series. Similarly, in this case, first of all, you have to solve this closed network. R1, R2 are in parallel. Then you will get R12 like this. This is, you have got R12. Next R3. Next, this is again, these two are also in parallel. So R4, 5. Next step is they are in series. You can calculate. See, in the problem number 6, we have so many resistors. First of all, distinguish how they are connected. Here we have taken 6 resistors. They are combined in series and parallel, both are there. See, there are some techniques. If I stretch this, if I put the wire from A and B and stretch it, then you will find this and this. It will be like this. R2 and R4, R6 and R3, like this. Now you can solve this. These two are in series. So these two are series means they are combined together to form R24. These two are again series. Again it will come R63. So ultimately, final step, these two are in parallel. Again you will get all the three are in series. So you can solve it. Now come to some complicated circuits. This is one of the complicated circuits. You see, there are 6 resistors, but all are connected in a very complicated manner. One small technique I am giving. See, this portion and this portion is just like this. Okay. If I stretch this A like this, what will happen? It will come to like this, means these two portions will join together. In the same way, this is also same two hands. If I stretch B, these two portions will join together. And what will be the circuit? Next circuit, you see, it will be like this. Very simple. R1 as usual, R6 as usual. Now these two points are joined together here, where four resistors are joined. This 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now its name is R2 and R4. This is R3 and R5. Now we can solve these two first. They are in parallel. Again, they are also in parallel. Now we can solve. It is R24. This is R35. Now you will have like this. This is R6. This is R1. A and B. Again, these two are in series. So you will get R2435, R2435, this is R1, this is R6. Now all the three are connected in parallel. So you can use small techniques to reduce these complicated diagrams so that you can solve it in a better way. Now come to this problem number 8, where the difference between these two are, at this point all the four are connected, but here R4 is connected to R3, R2 is connected to R5, but both the wires are not connected to each other. So this is, you can use here a small technique. You can cut it from this and you can join it here. You can cut it this, you can join it here. Means just straighten, making the wire straight. This is R1 as before, and this is R6 as before, A and B as like this. Here we have R3, and here you see this is R3 and this is R4. Just I have made them straight way connected. Now here this is R5 and this is R2. Now you can solve, these two are in series, again R5 and R2 in series, R3, R4 in series. Again the circuit reduces like this. This is R1, this is R34, this is R25 and this is R6. All are connected in series. Sorry, all are connected in parallel. And by applying that 1 by R formula, you can find out the total resistance of the circuit.